John Long Silver Rails here. We recently had a wonderful train show at the end of June in Tallahassee at the fairgrounds. And from a lead at that show, we met someone that wanted to sell a standard gauge set. He just wanted to get rid of it. We were able to buy it, but it had a real problem, and that is the locomotive. This is the locomotive. It's an 1835E. And it's all nickel instead of the earlier versions, which were brass. I believe it's a very late production locomotive because the reverse unit is very similar to the post-war reverse unit. Now, this is perhaps might be the biggest piece of what's left of the original frame. Apparently somebody dropped this locomotive or something bad happened because it shattered like a piece of glass. And I had here a bag of the shattered remains. Fortunately, I was able to get the set at a reasonable price in order to justify spending the money it took to buy the parts I had to buy to restore the locomotive. Here's another piece of the frame. I'll just dump it all out. You can see it's extensive. And unfortunately, the latch mechanism that goes on this was broken or missing, but even worse, the little bracket that holds it on was broken off. Otherwise, this would have been a good part, but it had to be replaced too. So, in repairing this locomotive, it had to be completely disassembled. All the pieces removed that were attached to all of that. I had to source a new front with a latch, new steam chest, which is separate from the frame, and the frame itself, and the original pilot and trailing wheels were starting to craze, so I had to replace those too. And I used a wheel puller when necessary to get them off. And to put them on, I used a machinist vise to press it on, which I got at Harbor Freight for about $15. The hardest part of all, believe it or not, was this little drawbar stub. It had to come out of the old frame. It didn't want to fit in the new frame. I had to drill that a little bit to get it in there. I'm about to put the last remaining piece on, and that's the trailing truck with its new wheels. These are held on by a cotter pin. And here's the original cotter pin, or at least the one that came with the locomotive. And it goes in a little, it's hard to see, down here. There it is. The little area that it goes into is a very small hole. It takes a small cotter pin. And this one's not going to want to cooperate because it's a little bit pinched apart. I'll try to press that down to try to get it to go in. I like it better when they use the horseshoe clips and when they do the cotter pins to hold things on. Well, it's not cooperating. Part of the problem is the little stud spins on these the way it's designed. There, it went in. And I have a very, well, somewhere around here I have there it is. Another pinch nose plier that does better, but I think I can get it with this one. This is the one I'm talking about with a very long, narrow pinchers on it. So, it's done. Everything in this set, and it's a freight set, is in beautiful shape. I have test run this off the transformer and it runs fine, but I've not been able to run it on a track because I don't have a standard gauge layout set up. I had to bend this out a little bit to make the pony wheels not snag. You know, they go around the corners. It's snagging a little bit in this corner. I may work on it. No, it's hitting that. It's not a problem. When it goes too far, it'll hit the steam chest. But these are beautiful. This is a beautiful steam engine. The tender that goes with it's beautiful. Everything that came with it is in gorgeous shape. It must have been kept in a very dry environment with weather control or whatever, because really I don't detect any rust on it or anything like that. It's a shame that somebody must have dropped it. But once again, that's my part of the hobby, saving the junk. And because of all this, it was junk and parts. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I hope all of you will be inspired to do the same thing. This stuff was made years ago at a cost to the environment. It's worth saving.